Hey everyone, I hope you're well. I'm going to show you how to play the song After Dark by Asian Kung Fu Generation. The way that I play it is in standard E tuning, but I believe the piece may be in E flat. But just in case you watch other people play it and it looks different, that's why I'm playing it in standard E tuning. So my last video I realized was going over how to play the intro. This is going to be how to play the entire song. So we're going to start again in the intro. So part one is 4 shapes and it's on the G and B strings. So it's these two. And it's the 6th fret on both for shape 1, and I usually play that with just my pointer finger. The second shape is 6 on the G string, 8 on the B string. Play that twice. Shape 3 is 8 on the G string, 9 on the B string. Play that twice. Shape 4 is 6 on the D string, 5 on the G string. Play that together twice. And you play those 4 shapes again twice. So slowly it goes. Shape 2, shape 3, shape 4, shape 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how you play the first part of the intro. The next part is on the A and G string, and you're just playing the note on the A string with its octave on the G string. So it starts out on the, you're going to keep that shape and just move it across different positions on the A and G strings. And that's going to be a lot of the song, just as a heads up. So the first part of part 2 is 16 on the A string, 18 on the G string. So the second position is 11 on the A, 13 on the G. Position 3 is 13 on the A, and then 15 on the G. Back down to 11, 13. So altogether that is. So that's part 2. So the rhythm for that goes like this. And just so you know, I'm muting the D string with my pointer finger. So I'm not, you notice I'm not pushing it down, so it's not, it's this. So that's what you're going to do for that shape. And again, you're just going to move it across the fretboard, but you're going to keep that shape for a lot of the song. Part 3 goes 8, 10. So 8 on the A string, 10 on the G string. To 6, 8, to 1, 3, 2, 3, 5. And I know that was a little confusing, but I meant 2 as in T-O, not 2 as in the number 2. So again, that's 8, 10, 6, 8, 1, 3, 3, 5. And then the rhythm goes like this. And I like to add in some like strumming the dead notes, and that's where you mute the strings with your fretting hand. So in between, so you don't have to do that, but I like to do that just as a heads up. So that's how you play the intro. So with the first verse, it's pretty similar to what you just did in the intro, where you're doing the 16, 18, 11, 13, 13, 15, 11, 13 on the A and G strings. So this. You keep that the same, but then you have a couple of options for this next part. You can either play it like you did in the intro, where you go 8, 10, 6, 8, 1, 3, 3, 5. But I believe the way that they play it is they actually play that part an octave higher. And you have a couple of options for this. The first option is you hop up onto the D and B strings, and it's going to be 15 on the D string, 18 on the B. So 13, 16, 8, 11. And then 10, 13. And then you do that again. And then the second option, if you want to stay on the A and G strings, you can, but you're going to need at least 22 frets, and it's 20, 22, 18, 20, 13, 15, 15, 17. And then again, you would play that twice. So you have a couple of different options for what you can do with that one. Just pick whichever one how you want to play it. And then for the second half of the verse, you would play it like how you played the intro. So you would do the 16, 18, 11, 13, 13, 15, 11, 13, and then the 8, 10, 6, 8, 1, 3, 3, 5. And that's how you play the verse. And then before you get to the chorus, there's a little like pre-chorus thing that goes like this. And it's the 4th fret on the A string, and you play that twice. And then the 6th fret on the G string, you play that once. And then you're gonna play that 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rest, and then play it another 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then slide up to the 6th fret on the A string, 8th fret on the G string, and you're going to do that 2 to 1 again. So you play that 5 times, so you don't play that 10 times like on the 4 and 6. And then you slide up to 8, 10, 10, 12. And that's how you play the pre-chorus. With the chorus, you're again on the A and G strings, and it goes 15 on the A, 17 on the G, and then it goes 18, 20, back down to 15, 17, and then down to 13, 15. So all together slowly it goes. And then you play that again. And then you go down to 10, 12, 11, 13, 13, 15, 11, 13, and then 10, 12, 11, 13, 13, 15, 15, 17. So. And then you play all of that again. And then after you play all of that again, then you do the 15, 17, 18, 20, 15, 17, 13, 15, and then play that again, 15, 17, 18, 20, 15, 17, 13, 15, and then you go 10, 12, 11, 13, 13, 15, 11, 13. Then instead of going back to 10, 12, you actually go to 7, 9, 11, 13, 13, 15, 11, 13. So then that is how you play the chorus. So just again, the second time when you're going through the chorus, it's pretty similar, except instead of going for the second time, you don't go here. You go here. 7, 9, 11, 13. So it's a little bit different, but that's how you play the chorus. Next up is the interlude before the second verse, and that one's going to be pretty similar to how you played the intro. It's just a different feel. So you have 16, 18, 11, 13, 13, 15, 11, 13, and then you're gonna have some dead notes in between there as well. So I'm gonna play it for you and show you what I mean. So it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's again 16, 18, slide down to 11, 13, and then I dead note strum 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 13, 15, 11, 13, and then I dead note strum 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 16, 18 to 11, 13, 1, 2, 3, 13, 15 to 11, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you do that 4 times. So with the second verse, you're going to combine a moving part with that interlude that you just played. So you're on the B, the high E, and then the G strings for the moving part. It goes 9 on the B string, 11 on the B string, 9 on the high E, 8 on the high E, 9 on the B, 10 on the G. So slowly it goes. And you're going to play that 4 times. Back to that part that you just played for the interlude. And then go back to that moving part, which is again 9, 11, 9, 8, 9, 10. You're going to play that 3 times like normal, and then the 4th time you're only going to play 4 of those notes. So it's going to go 9, 11, 9, 8, 9, 10. And then on the 4th time you do. So end off on that 8 on the high E, and then you're going to go 8, 10, 6, 8, 1, 3, 3, 5. And that's on the A and G strings. So. And then that brings you to the pre-chorus again, which is where you did this. Except it's a little bit different this time, so it's a 1-to-1, which I find to be easier. So you play once on the A string, and then once on the G string, and that's 4th fret on the A, 6th fret on the G. So it goes. Slide up to 6, 8, and then 8, 10, 10, 12. And then that leads you into the bridge. And in full disclosure, I don't fully understand how to play this part of the song, the second part of the bridge, I'll say. So I'm just going to show you how I personally play it, but other people may play it differently, just as a heads up. But I just play it a super simple way. So part 1 goes 4th fret on the low E string, and then I pull off onto the 1st fret. So, and then you keep strumming the 1st fret. So you play that 4 times, and then you go to part 2, which is the part that I don't fully know how to play, but I play the 6th fret on the B string, so to the 8th fret, to the 9th fret, back down to the 8th, back down to the 6th, to the 4th fret, to the 6th fret, to the 4th fret, to the 3rd fret on the G string, to the 5th fret on the G string, to the 4th fret on the B string. So it goes. And that's how I play that part. Other people play it differently, but that's how I play it. And then from there, you would just play the chorus again, which is the same as before. And then after you're done playing the chorus, it'll lead you into the ending. And for the ending, you have a couple of ways that you can play it. So I'm going to actually start towards the end of the chorus. So. And then this puts you into the ending, which option 1 is to just play part 1 of the intro again, which is the 6th fret. It's those 4 shapes from the very intro. So the 6th fret on the B and G strings, to 6, 8, to 8, 9, 6 on the D, 5 on the G. And you would play that 3 times, so. And then end off on 8, 10. Sorry, and end off on 6, 8, I mean, sorry. And you can either do that, or you can, on the very last note, you can kind of slide off, so. And And then the second option is you could play the second part of the intro, which is the 16-18 to 11-13, 13-15, 11-13. So. And that's how you play the ending. So that is how you play the entire song of After Dark by Asian Kung Fu Generation. If you have any questions, please let me know. And until next time, stay cool like a cloud and have a great day.